Hello and welcome. Today, I'm here to talk to you about bad blowjob complex, better known among industry professionals as BBC. BBC is the pervasive and persistent belief that the blowjob you are giving is not good enough. Tragically, 9 out of 10 women have battled the symptoms of BBC. The remaining 1 out of 10 who do not battle with it are statistically likely to not identify as heterosexual. BBC onset begins as early as your 18th birthday and can persist until your denture years. Symptoms include lockjaw, tooth decay, protein deficiency, discomfort in the presence of popsicles, total abstinence, and in some cases, even death. For others, BBC is a silent killer, with many of those affected not manifesting symptoms until well after their college years. But there's hope. BBC is highly treatable and even preventable through tutorials like this one, combined with the selfless service of billions of volunteers in the field, ready to guide you through the hands-on training process. These volunteers are known colloquially as men. Men are sensitive and semi-complex creatures, so there's not one single right blowjob for everyone, but there are several blowjobs that are always wrong, like these: the shark attack, the California drought, the welder's grip, and the pecker.
Are you even doing it?
But don't despair. Just because there are a number of wrong ways to suck a dick doesn't mean there aren't a lot of right ways too. Today, we will teach you 4 medically tested, FDA-approved blowjobs. These will up your dick-sucking game and give you a new lease on life, BBC-free. But before we begin, let's take a quick look at the 10 commandments that apply to all well-received blowjobs. The 10 blowjob commandments. Thou shalt not drag teeth. Thou shalt not make unto thee any unpleasant faces. Remember the balls to keep them holy. Honor the shaft and the head. Thou shalt not give a dishonest blowjob.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Mm-hmm. Thou shalt not use dry friction. Thou shalt find the right rhythm and build on it. Thou shalt not speak.
But what?
Ever.
I was gonna say those are only 8 commandments.
That's it. As a rule, you do not need to overcomplicate a blowjob. Try to remember that all you're really doing is replicating a vagina, except replicating it in a really exceptional way by adding the flexible sensations of additional wetness, freaky tongue action, and variations of tightness. From there, it's up to your partner to communicate his specific likes and dislikes to you as together you work to create the ideal sensation. In terms of where to begin with levels of wetness, tightness, and tongue action, here are some starting points. The wetter, the better. We'll cover that more during the instructional on the sloppy blowjob. For tightness, you want an oral grip that can move a popsicle rhythmically inside of your mouth. It should be firm enough that you don't drop it, and not so firm that the popsicle breaks under pressure. Perfect. As far as tongues go, they're generally pleasurable over most surfaces of a man's body, whether he admits it or not.
I just don't like stuff in my ass.
But a good place to start is in a back and forth motion under the head of the penis. And remember, the word of the day here is rhythm. Whatever you do, if it seems to be working, you keep doing it. No technique matters if it isn't done steadily enough to build his pleasure. If you're still feeling in the dark about tongue action and you have a clitoris, this brief biology lesson should clear it all up. Once upon a time, you were a tiny ball of cells in the womb. Regardless of whether you are a man or a woman today, or whether you even identify as either of those, you all begin developing as a female before the 9th week of your fetal life. After that, hormones were released that directed future development in the direction of either a future man or a future woman. Fun fact, the cells that become the clitoris on a woman are the same cells that became a penis on a man. That's right, those 2 hot buttons started in the same place. Not surprisingly, they tend to enjoy the same sorts of sensations. If you have a clitoris, you may find it easy to imagine what sort of tongue action you might appreciate bringing it into contact with. Channel that towards the penis head at hand. It will thank you. And finally, I cannot stress this enough. Please remember that the biggest no-no is an unwelcome brush with your teeth. This can be accomplished by keeping the mouth open wide enough with an optional protective lip pulled across the upper and lower ridges of your front teeth. It may not be attractive, but the goal is to get splooged in the face anyway. This lesson is especially important to remember if you're a frequent dick hopper and find yourself in contact with a wide variety of dicks. Many women feel that the blowjob is all about the porno deep throat. They're wrong. While deep throating is visually spectacular for a man, the act itself is fraught with danger. If you've been taking care of yourself, you probably have around 32 teeth in your mouth. A penis has to get past all 32 of those fuckers before it even thinks about entering the revered throat region. Some penises can do it with no problem, but deep throating is less about technique and more about anatomy. Watch while we demonstrate. An average-sized penis, assuming we're working with an average-sized mouth, can get by the teeth without too many casualties and safely enter the throat region. The manageable size of an average penis really does make for ideal deep throating. If you're a man looking to get some throat on his dick and you're working with average, you're in luck. But if you're a man who likes to brag about his junk, being deep-throated may not be right for you. A fat dick is the biggest barrier to throat entry. The fact is, teeth shouldn't move. And guys, if they are moving around, you should reevaluate your standards. Even the most seasoned Olympic-level dick suckers are not going to get a fat dick past their molars without harming it if the dick is scraping on both sides. Ladies, if the issue you are facing is spatial with regards to his girth and your teeth, just stop. It's not worth it. He may tell you it's worth it. Porn may tell you it's worth it. Sexy magazines will tell you it's worth it. They're all assholes, and they're wrong. Deep throating is not for everyone, and the world is an unfair place. But where a door shuts, a window opens. After all, he gets to live life with a fat dick. A long, not-so-fat dick is another thing entirely. Those are the most ideal for deep throating because they will fit past the teeth and be able to reach for maximum surface contact with the throat on the other side. These are the ones where the technique really matters. If this is what you're working with, ladies and gents, the trick to getting it down the hatch is to stick your tongue out and press it against your bottom teeth, then exhale as you guide it down. Keep your chin down and don't attempt things like eye contact or chewing. Once it's in, your body will sort of follow with an intuitive bobbing motion. Gentlemen, porn makes it look like this is your cue to grab your partner's head and force it down harder. This is not your cue to do anything of the sort. If you do anything forceful and get your pee scraped up in the process, you deserved it. Only your partner knows the limits on where it can go comfortably in this situation. First-time deep throaters will often experience an intense gagging sensation. That's your body telling you that the food item you're trying to swallow is not chewed enough, and you will probably die if you swallow it. Ignore that, because a good dick will properly be anchored to the body it's attached to. It will not detach and suffocate you. The only way to lessen the intensity of the gag reflex is to repeatedly trigger it until it adapts to the fact that it now lives in a world where dicks invade your throat. It will come to terms with that. It is important to breathe between head bobs, though, or you will suffocate and prove your gag reflex to be correct. Usually, your brainstem will handle the job of keeping you breathing. But, just in case your conscious brain gets excited and overrides that command, please keep in mind that you do not stop requiring oxygen just because you have attempted a godly feat. This is one more reason why your partner should not be the one in control of your head when you are deep throating. We do not condone backseat drivers for this activity. Okay, with the basics covered, we're ready to bling out your blowjobs. First up is the girlfriend blowjob. Think of this one as a romantic movie. It starts slow and sensual with a chance encounter, then it builds in intensity until one blows his emotional load all over the other's face. By the end, the couple feels reinvigorated and ready for anything. The girlfriend blowjob is a gift, and gifts are about presentation. They're great for special occasions or just because, and they remind him that you care. It's called the girlfriend blowjob because it's all about connection. You want to act like you know him, smile at him with familiarity, remember his name, maybe giggle a little at the ticklish thought of playing with his man parts like there's no one else in the world but him. For the girlfriend blowjob, eye contact is key. Remember, the eyes are the window to the soul. This blowjob doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, but it's transcendent and special. You aren't sucking just his body's dick, you are sucking his soul's dick. Not to be confused with sucking out his soul, which is a common mistake that a lot of women make. Watch while I demonstrate.